Hi guys, I'm back again with yet another video guys. So I'll be basically doing a market breakdown of all the pages that you see on my right. So we're not gonna waste much of the time. So let's get straight to the video. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, just please pause this video, go and subscribe, and also do the same thing when you watched up until the end. So let's get to the first pair, which is going to be USD Swiss francs. So as you know guys, that we usually start on the daily time frame. So the whole point of that is to have an indication as to what is the message that is being carried out by the higher time frame, because what's going to happen on the higher time frame is most likely going to happen on the lower time frames, but not at the same pace and time as the daily time frame, as you know the distinction between time frames. So what I see over here, we're just not going to draw like high many things. So I can see that we have this main support level, or level that plays as a support, and then you can also see that the market movement towards that level is corrective, right? So we know that most of the time when we have something like this, the market tends to reverse, right? Meaning that it usually changes direction. So this is the pattern that we have over here, which is a descending channel. This is a descending channel, and then as you can see inside there, we have a possibility of an emerging double bottom type formation, which usually serves as a buying signal. Okay, so we're gonna go now to the 4-hour time frame, because the price is going to be clear there. So dropping it on the H4 now, we don't necessarily have to focus much on the past price, but on the price that's going to help us get to the entry point. And also don't forget to fix the price in a way that best suits the market, and also in the way that best suits you. So as you can see, the market is in this corrective structure, and then you can see that we have that previous high that is currently playing as a resistance. So now that we're here in terms of entries and what's most likely to happen in the market, so seeing that the market rejected in that level for one and the second time, so we're currently in there again. So if the market ends up breaking through, it would have broke the resistance level and also the trend line. So if it ends up breaking it impulsively, giving us the retest, then that's how we're going to know that the market is going to buy. But if the market doesn't do that and end up respecting that particular level, then it will be a sell, and then maybe come off of that level before we can actually get that buying. So let's go to the H1, which is the execution time frame. So if you look closely what's going on in there, you would see, remember that we're on the resisting trend line, and then we're also on the horizontal resistance. And then if you look at how the way market is approaching on this level on USD Swiss francs, it's approaching it correctively. So we have 3 confluences already that are pointing to the selling signal, meaning that we have that resisting trend line, have that horizontal key level, also see the market moving correctively. So what I see here is we have this. So if the market end up coming here, giving us the retest, and then it will be forming a head and shoulder, that is going to be a signal for us to sell. So you can either sell from that resistance and also sell, which is after the breakout retest, and then that's how we're going to know that we have a normal head and shoulder. Then that's where we're going to start looking for sells. So that is it, what I see on USD Swiss francs. So let's move forward now to the next pair. So the next pair, guys, is AUDNZD. AUDNZD. So on AUDNZD, guys, this is what we're looking at. So you can see the market is currently giving us this correction over here, and it looks like the market has broken out of it. Okay, so this is what we have on the daily time frame, right? So meaning that if this is an impulse move, this is a correction, so breakout retest and the continuation of buys to the upside, and then also acknowledging that we have this low over here. So going into the 4-hour time frame yet again, you can see now that we're just going to fix the prices so that we understand what is going on in here. Okay, right, sharp. So everything else on the bottom is okay. I'm happy with it. So as you can see, the market is currently rejecting off of that level, which is that's where we could get the continuation to the upside. And you would remember that I said that, guys, after the breakout, look at how the market is behaving. Is it moving in higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low? So this is why we would get another higher high, right? So meaning that if it can just extend maybe a trend line like this, so we're gonna go on the 1 hour time frame. So if you look at it from a high perspective, it had already went up on the 1 hour time frame. And also to confirm, we also had this nice correction back to that level that we got the retest off from. So if we dwell deeper now into the price to understand what's going on, we can see that the market had an impulse move and then a falling wedge, and it also has this minor support level that we have over here. So it may not necessarily be this one, it can also be that one. So as you can see, that bullish engulfing candle, so we might just get maybe small candles and then continue with the upside momentum, and then this being the first TP. Then if you look at it from a bigger picture, we would also like to see it maybe coming to these levels as well, and also that one over there. Right, so that's what we have on AUDNZD. Let's move on now to the next pair, which is the third one, which I think it's USDCAD. So it's CAD Swiss basically. So if we're going to start on the 4 hour time frame, so on CAD Swiss, guys, we have a similar structure. As you can see, we can drag it all the way, right? But we don't have to. So this is what we have, because a trend line, guys, you only need at least a minimum of 3 touches, right? So to have a complete maybe channel wedge or whatever, at least a minimum of 3 touches, right? It's not to say ignore the other price that you see, but focus on what makes life easy or what you can easily understand. So the market has already broken out there impulsively, and then we always have that level that the market is going to retest it to, which is we already have it here by looks of things. Okay, so now what's next? Let's go to the H1. So going into the 1 hour time frame, as you can see, we have already broken and tested this level for one last time, right? So now when the market progresses and moving forward, it keeps forming higher highs and higher lows. So by looks of things, it's rejecting off of that level. Right. It does not necessarily mean that it's changing direction. It might just be wanting to give us a retracement in there, because it's been moving higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So it makes sense if it comes down here to form another higher low before it can go back up to give us another higher high, higher low, until it gets there and starts changing direction. So that's what you need to understand here, or this is what is going on in here. So this is where we would most likely look for buying opportunities, which is at this support level over here. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Does not necessarily mean that it's the change of direction. It might just be wanting to test that level, because the market might be just retracing there so that it can gather more strength to go to the upside. That's how the market works. So let's move now to USDCAD. So going into USDCAD, guys, we're going to start on the daily. So on USDCAD, guys, we have this correction that you see over here, and then you also have this 2-touch trend line that you see over there. So let's go to the 4 hours. So dropping it now into the 4 hour time frame, you can also see that the market has this correction that we see over here, and then you also have that trend line at the top. Right, so I'm happy with this. So this means that in a bigger picture, this is an impulse move, a larger version of a correction. So what is next? Because we know that after every impulse move, we get a correction. So impulse move, correction, what is most likely to happen next? We're most likely to get the next impulse, and then it would be a very beautiful setup if this ends up occurring like this exactly, right? So let's now move into what could block our way towards that. So as you can see here, we just have this minor support level over here, which the market could still respect. And then we also have this one over there. So I'm going to explain to you on the 1 hour time frame as to how you would use these 2 levels if the markets end up breaking to the downside. So now here, if you want to sell this market, or if the market end up being a sell, then we would like to see the market breaking, coming here to test this level, go back there, right, to give us a retest, and then actually giving us the sells ultimately. That is why I have these two levels over here. Okay, so there's not much that I'm going to say on USDCAD. This is all that I see, right? So it's only waiting now and see what's going to happen on Tuesday. On Tuesday. So let's move on to the last pair now, guys, which is GBPUSD. So if you're still with me, guys, please do me a favor, just pause, like, and subscribe if you're still enjoying this video, right? So let's move on now to GBPUSD. So GBPUSD as well, we're not going to start off with something that's complicated, track the price all the way down. Just going to start with this and also highlight that high over there. Okay, and then now if we can draw our trend line to show our corrective structure, then this is how we would draw it, and then we can also have it like that. So this is an impulse move, so this is a correction, but for as long as we're still playing inside that structure, we're still looking for buyers at the supporting trend line, they're looking for sells at the resisting trend line. Okay, so now let's move to the 4 hours. Unless, of course, the market ends up breaking the supporting trend line, then that's how we're going to know that the market is going to be a buy. All right, I mean, that's how we know it's going to be a sell if it ends up breaking the supporting trend line. And then we also have here this minor support level that you see over here, and then we also have this corrective structure, this correction pattern that you see over there. Right, so what is it that we are anticipating here? If USDCADs end up being a sell, that means the dollar will be losing strength. As a result, GBPUSD is going to be a buy, because in this case, the US dollar is the currency on the right, and then USDCAD, the US dollar is the currency on the left, which is the major currency, which is the base currency. So now if USDCAD becomes a sell, then that means the US dollar is going to be weak. As a result, it's going to sell, and then GBPUSD is on the pound against the dollar is going to be strong, and then the market will stand chances of actually going to the upside. All right, and then if the dollar continues or persists being strong, then we're going to see the market breaking below, giving us a retest, and then actually going to the downside. So that is what we have on GBPUSD. We don't have anything else, guys, besides the one that I have shown you, or what I see, or what's the possibility of what could happen in the market as of next week. So I hope you enjoyed to like this video. Please just do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and also I will see you on the next video.